Super 6 training on supplements. What works, what doesn't, what do you need, why would you need them? So, everything I'm going to say here is based on my time studying nutrition as part of my degree, my nutrition qualification since then, and some of the world's best nutritionists I've been to lectures and seminars with over many years, and the things I've used myself and with coaching clients over the years, and articles on PubMed and various other research sites. So I can back up everything I say here. So in the hierarchy of best to what I think is worthwhile, and I'm not going to mention anything below it. So the top number one, I would say for pretty much everybody, is vitamin D3 with K2. Okay. The health effects of being deficient in vitamin D3, K2 are quite severe and serious. And I don't want to go on too much about each supplement, but do your own research. Vitamin D3 and K2, I would say everybody should be taking them unless you live in a very sunny climate and you're spending lots of time in your Speedos. If you're doing that, you might be okay for vitamin D3, but if you live in the UK, my guess is if we did your blood work, you'd probably be deficient or at least not optimal in vitamin D3 with K2. That's number one. Number two is magnesium. So due to the nature of farming and the soil quality, over the decades, magnesium content of foods has gone down. So even if you're getting lots of green leafy vegetables in your diet, nuts and seeds, things like that, you still might not be getting the magnesium you need. Now, magnesium is needed in so many functions in the body, you know, from muscle function to sleep, you know, insulin management, sugar regulation. There's lots and lots and lots of functions magnesium does for the body. So it's kind of really important. So magnesium supplementation is important because you don't see many people when you test the blood that have got adequate and optimal magnesium levels. So magnesium needs to be a chelated version. So something like magnesium glycinate, bisglycinate, magnesium taurate. Don't go for the cheaper forms like magnesium oxide, which you find in cheap supplements. But those chelated versions are good. Usually around 400 milligrams a day of active magnesium is kind of your required dosage for most people to help with sleep, energy levels and things like that. So magnesium's my number two. Number three is creatine. Now you might just think this is for bodybuilders and athletes, but it has powerful effects on brain health, your body's composition, muscle production, force production, energy levels. So it's not just about lifting more and having more endurance. Creatine's been found to be beneficial in so many other areas, and it's super cheap as well. So 5 grams a day creatine for pretty much everybody will suffice. You don't need to go beyond that level unless you are somebody who's 150 kilos, for example, body weight. But 5 grams per day, most people's absolutely fine. You chuck that in any sort of orange drink, hydration drink. You can chuck it in your protein shake. They'll all work fine. So creatine is number 3. Number 4 is omega-3s. Now, these are highly essential for brain health, heart health, inflammation, and low omega-3 levels are linked with higher rates of depression as well. So again, omega-3 fish oils, important. A lot of people don't have enough sardine, mackerel, anchovy, and if you're not having these all the time, probably a good, and again, the caveat is good quality omega-3. So you want something that's, make sure it's filtered and screened for heavy metals. Nordic Naturals, Barefoot Nutrition, there's HealthSpan. All of these do some high quality because you don't want the heavy metals in them. So high quality omega-3 you want in your diet every day. Depending on how much fish you have across a week will depend on the level of supplementation. But it can be anywhere from 1,000 milligram up to some people need sort of 10,000 milligram a day, depending on body weight and whether they take any omega-3 in their diet. So omega-3s, that one. Then I would move on to vitamin C. Super cheap, water soluble, so no risk in terms of overdosing on it. Your body will use what it needs and discard the rest. Collagen formation, repair, immune health, the list goes on, and it's vitamin C super cheap. So again, you know, anywhere from 500 milligrams up to sort of 2,000 milligram in divided doses across a day for most people is a perfectly healthy range for most people. Then you are looking at zinc. So zinc again is vital in the body for lots of functions in terms of repair and immune health. Again, very cheap. You don't need a lot of it. Usually around 15 milligrams a day of zinc will suffice. So don't worry about taking zinc at that kind of dosage. You know, that should be fine for most people. The next one is fiber. Okay, because when you look at a lot of clients' diets and you look at the Western diet, the amount of vegetables per day consumed isn't that much. Most people aren't getting 5 to 8 servings of vegetables a day. So their actual soluble and insoluble fiber intake is not great. The minute you get people up to sort of 30 grams a day of fiber, you find that they feel fuller for longer, they tend to take in less calories, and you know there is powerful effects of fiber in terms of cholesterol levels in the body and in terms of transit time for your food. So we always want healthy levels of fiber daily in your diet. So things like flaxseed powders, inulin, which is a soluble fiber, all work really well at small doses. You don't need large amounts of these. They are a supplement because too much fiber can go the other way. So you know, small amounts of these per day can help if you're not getting multiple servings of fiber per day in your diet. So I would say they are the health supplements, not necessarily bodybuilding supplements, but remember we're talking about foundational supplements at the bottom of the pyramid for health. So all those should help with your sleep, your energy, and overall resistance to infection and illness. And that helps you train more and be more consistent and healthier throughout the year. Hope that helps.